Boom, coming in hot, Chinchy, day after opening day. What's up, dude?
What's up, dude? I'm on day 3 of the shaved head. I'm still.
Bro, your shaved head. If you don't watch us on YouTube, you got to go in and check out Chinch with the shaved head. Because actually, bro, I think it's been coming for a long time. You finally pulled the trigger. I know your brother's been crushing it for a while, but dude, that's the right call. You got the right bald head to have a bald head. I don't know if I do, dude. I look at myself and I'm like, I got the power alleys going back. I'm like, uh-oh.
It's coming.
We could be in trouble. I gotta get the Nutrafol or whatever. There's new commercials for hair loss. I'm like, I gotta get on that ASAP.
Yeah, the only thing I think my next move is, and no offense to this guy, but I think these glasses, I look like what's his name, son, Scott Van Pelt's son right now. I think I might have to round out the glasses a little, get a little different look than him.
Yeah.
No offense to him, handsome fella, but
no, very handsome, dude. I also think. I'm just saying, maybe a little goatee coming for you, little stone cold Steve Chinchy, Stone Cold Rich Chinch. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. All right, we're fired up today. Obviously, as you can hear from our voices, opening day happened yesterday, so we'll do some overreactions and some just really cool moments.
Yes, yeah, let's definitely do some overreactions.
All right, where do you want to start?
Moments. Wait, let's come here. Sarah wants to look at your head real quick.
Oh, okay.
Hi. Don't mind me.
What do you think?
I love it.
Thank you.
I think we should get a little goatee.
Yeah, I'll get a
maybe
scruff
some
going.
Cut-offs.
Okay.
Cut off, she likes the Stone Cold Rich Chinch too.
Okay, thank you.
See?
I appreciate the background.
Sarah's got her new 20-pound vest on, about to go walk around the neighborhood.
Yep.
All right, go get him.
All right, go get him, Sarah. Thank you.
No, I just did some housework.
Oh, she's housework. She's doing housework with a 20-pound vest on. It's
Nice.
awesome.
Well, you know who might be wearing a 20-pound vest to get ready to throw a first pitch? How about Ichiro at 51 years old throwing a bullet?
Bro.
It's so uni, by the way.
It's so Ichiro. It's so Ichiro to come out and like full wind up. Here it is, 84, whatever, 83, 84 miles an hour. Dude, I got a quick story before we get going. Okay. Talk about that. I remember years ago, bro, I was at Kennywood Park with my son Jake and his buddy Josh Brufsky, and they're probably like 10. They're like 9 or 10. My kids, we're going to Kennywood. So we go to Kennywood, the local park here in Pittsburgh, got the great rides. We walk in, and one of the first things is a speedball thing where you pay like $45, you get 3 balls to impress your kids. I'm like, hang on a second, kids. Before we get on the roller coaster, let me throw a couple. Dad's still got it. You know, I wind the arm up. I kind of grind a little bit. All right, here we go. Boom, I back up, and I hear Jake tell his buddy, hey, my dad's probably going to throw 90-something. He played in the big leagues for 12 years. And I'm like, goodness, man, I love that kid, man, pumping me up in front of his buddy. So, dude, I'm like, I got to crow hop. I got to go drive line on these guys. I got to crow hop from fight. So I back up, Chinch. I roll up, get a rip, dude. I think my shoulder almost fell off. I look up at the radar gun, 69. I'm like, oh, my. I'm like, something's wrong with the radar gun, kids. I back up again, throw it again, 67.
I know.
Next thing you know, they walk off. I'm like, I wish I was Ichiro 10 years ago, dude. If I threw 83, 84, those kids would have been like, my dad's a stud.
I know.
And I go, guys, I played first base. My job was to hit the ball in the gaps at the end of the day.
Yeah, so many good things. We'll stay there, dude. How about Kirk Gibson throwing out a first pitch to Freddie Freeman, the two legends?
Dude, how cool is that? And was it Joe Davis with the call when he said, Gibby meet Freddie, or yes. Freddie, Gibby meet Freddie. Dude, that was so freaking cool. And to see, I mean, Kirk Gibson's grinding a little bit. You saw me, but he got it there. And what I loved is Freddie made the pick. Did you see that?
Yes, of course. That's a big deal when you're catching the guy.
Well, are you kidding me, dude? I mean, like I said, remember last year?
Yours, like I picked it.
Brent Sutter picked it last year. I mean, if he wasn't 6'7", with a wingspan of a giraffe, I'd have been. Well, giraffes don't have big wingspans, but you know what I'm saying. Whatever has a big wingspan, a pterodactyl. Mm-hmm. He went pterodactyl and picked it. Otherwise, I'm all over the place forever.
Yeah,
it's the last thing you need.
Nice. All right, so let's get into some of these overreactions. I don't know if this is an overreaction, but Pirates fans are very upset already, and there's only one game into the season because they blew a Paul Skenes start, dude.
Yeah, you know what, dude? Here's the deal: if you're the Buccos, your room for error is not big, and when Paul Skenes starts, you got to win those games. You got to find a way to win them. I don't care if it's offensively, you got to get a big hit. If in the bullpen, you got to lock it down, make sure that lead stays. But when you have a guy like Paul Skenes, you cannot waste those starts, if you're going to compete in the Central. So obviously it's an overreaction because it's day one and hopefully they dominate in his other starts. But, when you see Skenes pitch for everybody, it's must-see TV. And those innings, they're going to be electric. They're going to be shutdown innings. You got to find a way to win those games.
Yeah, but it's staying in that game and then combining with something else. The Marlins get a win on opening day. The A's get a win, formerly the Oakland A's get a win on opening day. The White Sox get a win on opening day. That's why it's so great, because that's why opening day is so special. You're 0-0. Those teams are all in first place right now.
Yeah. Well, like I said, the fan bases are, dude. All the fan bases, even here in Pittsburgh or in Cincinnati and Oakland, like the lower market teams are like, White Sox, we're going to win the whole thing. We had the worst record ever in baseball history last year, but we're 1-0 and we're going to dominate. And it is true, Chance. It really is true. As a player, dude, playing opening day, I heard Jake Peavy say it yesterday on MLB Network saying, like, opening day is like a World Series game. The atmosphere is so electric, dude. It really is. And then the next day is kind of like, okay, guys, we got 161 of these to go.
Yeah.
That's why routines for these guys are so important to kind of lock in. But, nothing like opening day, dude. And the overreactions are great, too. Even going out to the Yankees yesterday, Austin Wells is leading off. First catcher ever to homer from the leadoff spot since 1900.
It's unbelievable.
Like, that's so cool. I love Wells. He gets on. Freddie Peralta's nasty. Throws that pitch upper rail. Wells, does a great job getting on top of it, kind of getting that party started. Then Devin Williams, another new face, comes in, gets in a little trouble in ninth, but closes it out. I mean,
their bullpen looked great, by the way. 3 1/3 or something. 1 run looked really good. Here's another overreaction from that game, which I know you're gonna love or hate. Anthony Volpe goes deep, beautiful Oppo liner, just liner right over the wall. All you saw on the internet right after that, that's only a home run in one ballpark, the Yankee Stadium. Okay,
yeah, he plays in Yankee Stadium. You don't think part of Volpe's games is to try to go that way, to use that short porch? You sometimes have to play for the park. You don't think Alex Bregman was better in Houston with the short porch there? You don't think he's gonna be? You don't think a reason he went to Boston is because of the Green Monster? Like, you have to play to the park you're in too.
Yeah, you think David Ortiz would have hit the ball the way he did as much as he did if he wasn't a Boston Red Sox?
Dude, that monster, tailor-made for Big Poppy's swing to go left center there, no doubt. And look at Wade Boggs. Wade Boggs hit 350 at Fenway. Like, if you have that short porch like Volpe and those guys have, I mean, how many balls does Judgy hit that are popped up that are homers that might not be homers anywhere else, but he knows he has that in his back pocket. 2 strikes, something outside, he's going to drive it to right, boom. Not only is it a hit, it's a homer. Good for Volpe, man. Good for Volpe for hitting that. And also, too, bro, here's the other thing that drives me crazy sometimes. When the wind's blowing out or something like that, like, oh, that was a wind-dated home run. Hey, guess what? On the day the wind blows out, somebody needs to hit a good fly ball into the air that goes out of the stadium. I can't tell you how many times at Wrigley the wind would be jetting out like a freaking Boeing 747, just taking off like a Concorde, like a Elon Musk Tesla X SpaceX rocket, and I would hit 4 grounders as a second baseman, 0 for 4 grounders. I'm like, I got the SpaceX rocket going out to right center, and I can't get the ball in the air. You got to be kidding me. So the short porch there, like, you still have to get it in the air and do a lot of things right to hit it that way. So I don't buy it.
All right. Good there, too. Reds got a great start out of Hunter Green, but Giants came back late.
That was a tough one.
Dude, I forgot Wilmer Flores still hits bombs, dude.
Yeah.
He hit a big bomb in that.
That was a tough one to stomach, dude. Like, opening day, Tito. There's nothing like opening day in Cincinnati, dude. I'm sorry. There's all those other opening days. I call them all the other opening days. Cincinnati, number one, always has been 149th opening day in Cincinnati. That's how long the Cincinnati Red Stockings have been around, dude. The history of that team. At the end of the day, dude, that's a tough loss because you got Hunter Green goes out and dominates. You had a couple big hits early on. The team looks great. They're doing their thing. McLean's back, and they just can't hold the lead in the ninth. 2 outs in the ninth. They gave it up. Patrick Bailey with the hit, and then Flores hits the 3-run bomb and takes the air right out of Cincinnati. So tough loss, but it just shows they're a good team. The Giants are going to be a good team. But, like I said, there's 161 to go. But you do want to win opening day, dude. There's something about winning opening day. Everyone keeps the stats for opening day. We're talking to Adam Dunn yesterday, the greatest home run hitter ever on opening day. Him, Ken Griffey Jr., and Frank Robinson, 3 Reds Hall of Famers, may I also say.
By the way.
The greatest all-time, 8 home runs. Like, you keep stats for opening day. You don't keep stats for game 161, for game 2.
Right,
Game
that's a good
1, you
point.
have stats on. Game 2, you don't.
That's a great point. Yeah, yeah, that's so funny. Austin Wells has hit a lot of home runs. That one on opening day to lead off the game will be remembered for history.
Forever. Yeah. Game 2, like, hey, homer, who cares? Opening day, it matters.
Yeah, another overreaction. How about this? You're the St. Louis Cardinals. All offseason, you're trying to trade one of the better players in the game in Nolan Arenado. He's looking other places. Then there's teams. Oh, teams want him. Oh, maybe nobody wants Nolan Arenado. What's he do? Hits the bomb, gets the ovation, curtain call. Pretty cool for him. I was really happy for him, dude.
I'm happy for him too, dude. You know, he nixed the trade to Houston, didn't want to go there. I think he does like it in St. Louis, but I think they're rebuilding. I mean, Arenado's at a time of his career. You want to win. You don't want to rebuild. You don't want to be there. So for him to go deep, had a couple hits. You know, he also had a different offseason. He was doing like that taekwondo, I think, or whatever, trying to get his core and his legs more explosive. So we'll see if that works. But, you know, nice home run, but that ovation, I think he was really touched by that. So that was really good for the St. Louis Cardinal fans who are, you know, some of the best in baseball, no doubt about it.
Yeah. Oh, I got to tell you this. You probably didn't see this because it was on one of the local shows. So they had Aaron Boone on the pregame show for the Yankees. They just did a pregame show because the game was on ESPN with Joe Buck calling it, by the way, which was pretty
That's
cool.
so great, yeah.
But so they were asking about the Dodgers, and of course you got to ask Boone about the Dodgers and this and who's better, and you don't have Soto anymore and all this and that, and Booney said the coolest thing. He's like, listen, I understand everybody. I understand, you know, Soto was great for us. Of course, Ohtani is great for them, but guess what? Aaron Judge had him by 100 points on OPS last year, and it was like, ooh, like it's still Aaron Judge there.
Aaron Judge. Everyone's like, Ohtani. Like, you look at Soto. Who won the MVP? Judge.
Yes.
They got the best player in baseball in that lineup every single night. Yeah. And what I love, too, is Judge didn't have a great spring training. That means he's about to get hot. That's what when I see Judge struggle a little bit, I'm like, oh, boy. Yeah. Guy's about to get 451 degrees. You know what that is, Chinch? That's when fire starts. Not at 450, at 451, when Aaron Judge is about to get 451 and get super hot. When I see him struggle at spring training, dude, at the end of the day, I actually think the Yankees might be better. With Bellinger, the way he's swinging it, I think Goldschmidt's back. I think Goldie's going to have a huge year. You've taken two former MVPs into your lineup. Mm-hmm. You lost Soto. Okay, that's fine. But you got Jazz Chisholm for a full year. You got Wellesley and Volpe for another year of experience. I think they're going to go to another level. And then you got Bellinger and Goldschmidt. Dude, let's not sleep on that. Right. Okay, you lost Juan Soto. But dude, you also have two incredible players in your lineup.
Yeah, and you reorged your bullpen again. Dude, you put that closer there and you move everybody down a little bit.
And don't forget about Loizaga, who they signed back, who'll be back in May, who Booney said looks incredible. So there's a lot of good things to love about the Yankees, dude. People are, Juan Soto. Hey, it's one player, dude. You don't win in this game with just one player. You don't. He's a great player, but you don't win with just one player, period.
There you go, man.
Dude, how about one of the guys that I really want to lock in on this season and I think is going to have a huge year is Adley Rutschman. And talk about coming out the gates, 3 hits yesterday, 2 bombs. Like bombs. The second one was like way back over the bullpen, way back. So I'm impressed about that. I think that he's going to have a big year. I think he's healthy, ready to go. And also, how about Tyler O'Neill, dude? Set a Major League whenever you're setting Major League Baseball records, let's not just like, oh yeah, Major League Baseball has been around 150 years. If you're setting Major League Baseball records, it means nobody has done that before. Tyler O'Neill hit his 6th consecutive opening day home run, 3 for 3. I don't know if you saw the video of his dad in the stands, who's probably as jacked as Tyler O'Neill. No wonder he's so jacked. Right. But I mean, just things like that are really cool.
I'll give you another guy who you got us on like late in the season last year. You were talking about this guy almost every day. How about Vinny Pasquantino going deep? He went 2 for 4 with a double and a bomb, 3 ribbies, dude.
The Pasquatch came in, dude.
How many bombs can he hit this year?
I think Vinny's good for 25 bombs, you know? I think that's the one thing is like, he doesn't hit a ton of home runs. He hits a ton of doubles. He drives in runs. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, this game is about who scores the most runs than the other team. Mm-hmm. So if you have a guy like Vinny P on your team, at the end of the day, he's going to drive in runs. He almost had 97 last year, and he got hurt for the last week, and they really missed him. Mm-hmm. So for me, man, I love having that guy in the middle of the lineup. Bobby Witt Jr. is going to have a monster year. He might win the MVP. So yeah, just really cool stuff. And also, dude, like, what about some of the firsts yesterday? Andre Jimenez traded to the Blue Jays. Like, he's good defensively. He goes deep. Cam Smith for the Astros makes the team the last day of the year, gets his first hit. Christian Campbell makes the team last day of the year. He gets his first hit in Boston's big win with Abreu hitting 2 pumps to find a way to win that game. There was a lot of cool stuff.
Phillies looked really good again. I mean, obviously they're a good team. That NL East is something, man. You got 3 teams that are all really good. We'll see how that goes. I know last year there was some dream team stuff going on in that division, but the Braves are going to be better, even though they lost. The Phillies are the Phillies, and you got the Mets there, so that's going to be an interesting division.
And dude, how about Bryce Harper getting booed relentlessly in Washington? He goes, "Oh, really? How about a big fly dead center? How's that sound? Keep booing, dude. There's nothing better than getting booed. Seriously." Well, obviously Bryce Harper gets booed because he's one of the best players in the game. But obviously in Washington he didn't come back there, so they boo him even more. But I ran into Scott Ellerton. Remember Scott Ellerton, pitcher for the Astros, legit when he first came up to like 97, 98, Bugs Bunny changeup. I'll never forget the first time I really got booed was in the Astrodome in '99. We're having an incredible year. We're neck and neck with the Astros. It's like late August game. It's on like NBC Sports or something. And, Saturday afternoon baseball, so it's a big one. Astrodome is packed.
Yeah.
And I'm 25, facing Ellerton's nasty. I take him deep dead center, like legit. Like it was so exciting. But the reason I say that is that at bat, when I took him deep, when I walked up to the plate and they announced my name, they booed me so loud. And I remember thinking, oh, I'm arrived. I'm doing something that they don't like, and let's go. So when you get booed as a visiting player, you're like, man, this ain't bad. That means they know who I am.
That's funny you say that. That does, I mean, in every sport, they always said about, like, Jordan and all things like that. Like, it's almost as exciting to quiet a crowd than it is to get a crowd excited. Is that correct? Dude, is that really how it feels?
Dude, 2 moments I can remember. When I homered in the World Series in Game 4 in St. Louis, put us up. It was so quiet rounding the bases. And I was like, oh, man, that feels really good. Then I homered again in Game 5. Same thing, put us up in the 4-2-1. Same thing. It was, like, eerily quiet. It's just like, oh, this is really cool, man. This is really cool. And then on the flip side, moments like this. Like this picture right here. This picture right here was opening day.
I've always meaned to ask you what that picture.
Yeah, opening day, bro. Opening day. I was on Jim Rome yesterday. He brought this picture up. Nice. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Opening day 2001. We're losing 4-1 in the 6th or 7th. John Burkett pitching, and I hit a 3-run bomb to tie it in Cincy, dude.
Yes.
And the place was rocking, and they called for that was my curtain call.
Nice.
How cool is that,
so
dude?
Cool.
Yeah, isn't that so cool?
That's your wrestling.
It's one of my it's one of my favorite pictures, dude. Because I wanted to be a WWE wrestler. That was my moment.
I know that was your moment, dude. That's awesome. All right, we've said it all, dude. What else we got to say here?
Yeah, man. Dude, just baseball's back, dude.
Yeah.
How fun is it? It's great for you and me too, because usually we're like, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
Which is great. So I'm so fired up, dude. Really, really excited. And dude, I want to plug one more time. I want to plug Breakthrough Pro coming April 27th.
Let's do it.
It's going to be incredible. I was thinking about this. If you're a parent or if you're a player, an athlete out there, if you're a coach, I was thinking about what's the value of Breakthrough Pro. Well, the value of Breakthrough Pro is you're going to be talking to a guy for 8 weeks, an hour on Sunday every week, that has 30 years of experience as a player that's, been to 3 All-Star games, career 300 hitter, all that great stuff, Cincinnati Reds Hall of Fame. A guy that played in the World Series at the highest pressure you could play at, hit a couple home runs, 529 in the World Series. Obviously, I'm talking about myself, which is, I'm just saying, like, if I was in this generation, I would do anything to get some sessions with a guy that's been there, done that can condense time. A good coach condenses time for people. Mm-hmm. Take my 30 years of experience, take the wisdom and knowledge that I've learned from the failures and the success that I had, all that stuff. I'm talking about the success. How about the failures when I got sent down my rookie year? All the injuries I had to overcome, blown out shoulder, I had to figure out how to still play, broken pelvic bone, broke my back, orbital fracture. I mean, there's so many things to come back from. Be relentless, keep charging. Like, let me condense time for you. Let me condense time for you for 8 weeks of talking to a major league player that has been in the game 30 years, that's seen it all. Like I said, as the Yankees hitting coach, being in major league clubhouses recently with the guys, all that stuff, but knowing that my mind was the most important tool I had. We trained so much other stuff. Your mind is the most important tool you have in life. Your mind is the most important tool you have. Like, at the end of the day, the person that you show up on that field and in your life matters. It's not just because you have great skills to play baseball, you have great skills to do whatever you're doing. At the end of the day, it matters who you are as a man and how you talk to yourself, your self-talk, how you look at the world, the lens you see it through, the gratitude lens, all that stuff. That matters. We talk about that in Breakthrough Pro for 8 weeks. Seriously, 8 weeks, it fires me up. So when you see a lot of these guys crossing those white lines, I just had a conversation with Paul Skenes talking about how the Air Force Academy shaped him as a man, the discipline he learned, the routines that he learned, making his bed in the morning, getting those wins, making sure that he slept the way he needed to sleep, tightened up everything he needed to tighten up. And I always say in Breakthrough Pro, one of our themes is at all times you're training one of two things. You're training discipline or distraction. When I talked to Paul Skenes the other day, I'm like, wow. That guy's training discipline all the time. And it just reiterates that what we're doing at Breakthrough Pro and the message that we're bringing is so relevant. So relevant. Not just athletes, but the parents and the coaches, and it's going to be great. So April 27th, Chinch is going to put the link in our show notes.
Basically 1 month from today.
1 month from today. 1 month from today. Do yourself a favor, or your kids, or whoever, but sign up for Breakthrough Pro. I promise you, if you don't get immense value out of it, you can have your money back. And also, too, I'm saying this also, lock in that, like, you got me live for 8 weeks, because eventually, we're going to see where this goes, but eventually the price point will be at a different place down the road, because we think this is going to be a big thing. So I don't know. I'm just fired up, Chinch. I'm baseball's back. Breakthrough Pro Baseball's coming April 27th, and it's going to be incredible. And I love you, bro. I think your hair looks incredible. No hair, the no hair look. You stone cold Rich Cinchamino. I think you're locked in. I think I can make a couple calls too. I got some WWE buddies. They could use you. If you want to come out as Stone Cold's mini-me version, big time.
I can do that.
You just need the goatee, bro, and the jorts and a cutoff.
There you go. I'll do. I still have a couple pairs of jorts upstairs. I'm not gonna lie. All right, brother. Love it, man.
I love it. All right, man. Hey, everybody out there, have an incredible weekend. Love you. Thanks for listening to the show. We'll see everybody Monday. Chinchy, have a great weekend, dude.
You too.